Only here to rescue our people in Liberia. I know why you're not slogan you're using in America there, but here we only here to rescue our people.
Oh, well, for us, we are here to make sure that we make America great,
Okay.
great again, maintain the greatness of America, and prioritize the people of America, and not to prioritize other people, and then your people are in abject poverty. So,
So you're trying to tell Joe Biden now that he's prioritizing Israel, Ukraine, and other people.
well, the other thing that they prioritize that um, we know the American doctrine. Every president they do that, so there's no president that's going to be against Israel. Um, but when it comes to other things that is supposed to take priority over for
Mm.
the country, uh, that's what we do. And some of this stuff is that they condemn other countries, especially in Liberia. They say, "Oh, mutilation, female mutilation, whatsoever is bad and what have you." But these are some of the things that they are promoting here. That you can do that mutilation. You can change yourself from man to girl, or from girl to boy. And if you look at what we practice in Africa, of course, this is not our topic tonight, but
Mm.
they make it sound gross that what we are doing, it is very, very inhumane, and what have you. But you changing the reproductive organ of that person to a different one that you cannot reverse, then somebody who probably for their society or their traditional stuff, they only mutilating a little portion of whatever body part, and then you blow trumpet that the African, they are doing this, they are doing that. It is wrong. It is wrong. But yet and still, what you are doing is worse than the other people. So, and you want for anybody who, like the way you are, Hagar, if you decide that you don't want to be uh, Hagar again, even though you have not done the operation, but you're still a male, but you say you are female. So you can go in the female bathroom. And can you imagine a male going in a female bathroom and things like that, or playing female sports and things like that? So other people look at it and say, no, this is not the norm that God created us with. Everything He did the complementary part or the opposite part of it, so that that thing can be complete. So imagine if everybody was gay, uh, where we're going to have children from for them to even vote in that election. So there are a lot of things that doesn't make sense. So I mean, don't make sense. So we say we got to make America great again. Traditionally, we got to make America read the Bible again. I remember President Trump saying that same thing yesterday. Holding the Bible, we got to make America to read the Bible again. Because when you take the Bible out of the society, and you're taking life out of the society, and all you have there is lawlessness, don't care, confusion, and other stuff. So that's why we are distinct. And here in
Meanwhile,
America,
back
the good thing
back
is that
home.
yeah, back in
Meanwhile, back home. Yeah,
mhm.
talk. Continue.
The situation with the political situation in the United States is that it is mostly uh, your view is about your view on issues. Okay, but in Liberia, the other ones come and say, okay, uh, we're going to we're going to make farm. Then the other person say, oh, we're going to do all of the politicians the same thing. They all have the same platform, representative, law, executive, the same platform, and lawmakers, you are not there to do the work of the executive, but other than get the same platform. Confusion. But here is value. What is it that you value? What is it that you prioritize? Okay. Um, and for the Republican, they value uh, uh, natural things. What God has ordained to be natural, they consider that to be a natural thing. Uh, and the other people, they believe in liberalism. In fact, there are some things, some areas where at one time I think was doing Biden quite. first year when they were praying, and the person said amen, and then after that, I said a woman, because they don't want for man name to be there. Then it means that, or you don't have gender equality. So can you imagine if you take all the amen from the Bible, or just say a, you can put men there. So those are confusion, and we don't stand for that. That is chaos.
Meanwhile, back home, our new government, they say, I know how they can call it asset recovery and property retrieval. Just randomly started parking people cars today with no legal justification. I'm sure you followed that. You've gotten information about what it is like home. Vehicles being impounded, whether you got it legally or whether something, yes. I'm sure you follow that. What's your take? What do you think about it? We hope we can just be beating around this until Tunis can come on. Then we can talk more about that.
Well, the whole thing about the whole thing is that's Liberia, and once we don't uh, exercise or practice or implement the rule of law, everybody will be doing their own thing. If the other person comes to power and say, no, that's not how, then we do it our own way. What can you do? So those are some of the things. Now, I'm against government giving vehicle to government officials. And if government was to give vehicle to certain government officials, they should do that. But if you want to own a vehicle, you're supposed to buy it at the regular price. If it is a used cars price, you buy it. But in Liberia, the person uses the car for 3 years. So then the person will just park the car, will be using a little bit, because as soon as 3 years come, whether that person has not used the car is brand new, they reduce the price, and they will be the first person to say, okay, we want a car. Then they buy it at a very, very cheap price. So at the end of the day, every 3 years, they're changing cars. So most of the lawmakers, they have more than one or two cars. And then you don't have vehicles for land authority. And if you want to do a project, or you want for land authority to go somewhere for boundary settlement or for whatever, you have to pay their way to go there and what have you. And then at the expense of those that really don't have the money, but because they want their land. But all of these vehicles are over there when government, after using it for them to give it to other agency of the government to use it, they don't do that. But the lawmakers, they will sweep everything from there. So this is what's going on. The other government feels that, well, these people, we gotta impound the car from them because it's government vehicle. So whether that person already paid that little money to, I don't know, whether that public works or GSA, and they just impound the car and figure out, well, that's government car. And some of them they maintain the government plates on it, so that they can have control over certain people, certain things, so they don't change their license plate, even though they are no longer government official. And not just that, some people from America or from Europe, they carry their vehicle, they still use the European plate, they still use the American plate, and it's all law place, all to law, and those are some of the situations that we have in the country.
Yeah, so you said something and that is important, but the thing is, my own issue with this is, if you know that this is not right, like government officials purchasing government vehicles, if you know that it is not right, the best thing is the president can propose to the legislature an act to maybe amend that part of the GSA Act that say the government official can buy the car or do this or do that, right? You amend the act. Then what it will do is it will put stop to that. But you can, and even if you amend that act, the law will not be taking effect on people who have already purchased theirs from the GSA already. But instead, it will be taking effect on people who will purchase after the amendment of the act. So you cannot go about just impounding cars. Because the thing is, so those guys who were named on the asset recovery and property retrieval, whatever you call it, those guys, for me, my issue with them, that thing is a very good thing, I must admit. But my issue with them has been about the credibility, the independence of those who are doing this. You cannot have people with political interest, people who've sat over the time, who've sat and said negative things about people. They believe that every little thing that you got it through. Once you work in government, even if you got your legit money, they believe that you got it through fraud. You got it fraudulently. So people with this kind of notion, getting them to perform such or serious tax that is security sensitive, getting them to perform it, it becomes something alarming and of a threat to the peace and stability of our country. Because the thing is, people who vehicle you are parking today, like Patrick Suru, Patrick said he got his vehicle from the GSA. What I thought the guy should do was get back to the GSA through his former head, or maybe even people who they currently, get back to them, saying that he got this vehicle is legal, is truth. And if that is the case, you know what to do. If no, then you also know what to do. But you cannot go, even though the person has presented document that he purchased this vehicle for this amount, and you can't go about impounding and causing embarrassment for people in society. You can't go about doing that. Like the cars, there is this transport that those vehicles you find it in the street here. They call I know it's always on a Gracious Transport. I think Gracious Transport or Gracious Rail or something. The guys impounded all those vehicles, if not majority of those vehicles today, only because they felt it is for Finda Bondo, who was the chief of protocol to the former president. So they felt the car, because it is for Finda, and Finda what with George Weah, then it means she automatically becomes criminal. Is that so? Let's be independent and sincere here. Do you see any level of sense and logic in it?
Well,
Where somebody just said with no investigation to understand how the person acquired those vehicles and things, but you just sit and just impound the person car. The first thing is that vehicle is considered to be a business vehicle. All those vehicles are business vehicles. You cannot impound them when the people who are riding them have to make report. And it's my understanding that those vehicles, Finna got them through a loan. And every Monday, those riders will make report to the person, the bank where they collected the money to get those vehicles. So every Monday, the people pay a certain amount. So you will be causing embarrassment to the person, because the person will not be able to live up to the terms and conditions that they got the card under. And you also be damaging and tarnishing the reputation of the individual who owns those vehicles. So you see the kind of embarrassment it's causing for the government, only because of political interest, only because of their thoughts. The guys are living just on they say, I say, hate and envy. No justification, no investigation to understand whether their thoughts are the reality. They don't care to know about these things. So I'm hearing now credibly that Finda, through her lawyers, are preparing to file a lawsuit of nothing less than $2 million United States dollars against the government. So in case that is the reality and the case goes to court tomorrow, and those individuals, or Finda, we should say, come out victorious from the legal issue, the legal case, you know what you'll be doing to the government? The government will be losing $2 million, even if there is negotiation through the court for a reduction, even if that 1 million or even 500,000 or 1,500,000, the government will be losing that amount only because of stability and ignorance and hate. So anything that is not properly done is not done at all. I will stop here. We'll usher in Suleiman. Suleiman, what's up? Welcome back.
Yeah, good evening to you guys. Good evening to Mama Liberia. Salam alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters. I'm happy to be here sharing this platform with you guys this evening. How you guys been doing?
I'm here. I'm
Good.
okay. I'm relatively okay. Thank God for grace.
That's good. Uh, Ramadan Mubarak to all of you guys. What's going on? What's on the table? I see you're talking about impounding cars from former government officials. Is that what's going on? What we
Now, why
discussing?
you rescue city rescuing? The whole thing they kind of rescuing the country. They don't see that you hate that you get people they get hating how they see the rescuing.
So how do you consider what they did? Rescue does not mean it has one a connotation or one meaning. They can rescue other stuff either by crook or by,
But
by the
but
legal
but,
means.
but so that is not rescue, right?
It's rescue.
Logically,
Who are you
logically,
rescuing?
you can't be damaging the image of the country and you thinking that you rescuing. That is not the reason for which Liberians stood under the rain and the sun to get you elected. Those people are not even they have not lived up to the main reasons for which they got elected. Even if, let's talk about the issue of the sanitation. Up to now, the government is yet to take any concrete step, including dice from the street. Go now and see, even places that died wearing, we could not see dice before. Go now to this, go and see those places. They are not, I listened the last time I listened to the head of the MCC, who's still finding way how to even get. He has not even understood the reason for which he got appointed to that position.
Well, I thought they said there are some volunteer that going around cleaning the streets.
That thing, all those people who were doing it, they were doing it for jobs. They were being used by politicians to do it with gear they want. Since the job, they started doing it, they started distributing the cakes. Yeah, they said they started cutting the cake. Now they not finding their own share, they've left. You can find people who used to clean the street every Saturday, you can find in the street again.
But what was the reason today that the guys impounded the former police inspector car?
Guys said
They say it was a government car.
that's what they said. The car was a government car. Patrick admitted that yes, the car I bought this car from the government through GSA. And that is something that is legal. They themselves did it. When they first came, the first 12 years that they spent in government, they purchased, some of them never even purchased, but they stole cars from this country. Maybe they think that's what the reality, the current guys are doing. But Patrick presented documents that prove that he purchased the car, and you could see signature and everything on it. But yet they said the money that we're not importing and other things.
So with all that documentation, the state impounded the car from him.
But the people that I think it's a group of irresponsible people who pack all together, you see what's in. They even know they are left from right. They even know the main reason for which they even went.
So what's your thought on that?
Well, if we were to continue in the route of making Liberia a law-abiding, a country of law, then what is going on? It won't do that. In Liberia, if you have your own property, and then before even doing some sort of government contract also, you have in mind that, oh, this is the government money you stole. So that is the kind of country we have, and this it got to be changed. When Dole came to power, they set up a similar team. They confiscated people's property. Some of them they ran away. They took those some of the property. They sold some of those property. They ran away with the money, and they came out here. Some of them they were right here now. They're going back to Liberia because those tenure has passed, Ellen tenure has passed, so they're free. So that is the situation we find ourselves in the country. Um, Anybody working in government or before working in government, they have some property. So if you think this property uh, uh, does not belong to this person, then you take the matter to court. Especially if the person say, "Well, I bought this property," then go to court. And if the person cannot prove that he bought that property, then government can say, "Well, you can't prove it, so we're going to impound this vehicle. We're going to take this vehicle." But other people, uh, they are taking the law in their own hands because there is no law actually. They're doing things in their own way, their own law, their own guidelines. That's what they're doing.
So by impounding the former police inspector, the IG, who gave them the authority? I mean, are they just going to start seizing people property because they feel is or they need to take it through a court system?
The president,
Do they have this power to just impound people car, or if they suspect that this person the money that they use to get the car or whatever property they suspecting that it might be a government property, I thought they should have a government warrant for those kind of things. I mean, court warrant. The power lie to themselves as a kind of power they gave them to go out there and just do whatever they feel like without any court system. Is that what they're doing?
I
no,
think we have to call the air for the rescue mission and asking that question.
the
The thing
president
is, mhm,
gave
so go ahead.
the president gave executive order or whatsoever. And that executive order, they were to uh, do what they're doing, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, but I don't think the president is above the law. The president put the team together, but there's a law binding us in Liberia, which they go through the court system. Okay, to impound, you suspect that this is the government funds that you bought the car by. If you suspect that, I think you bring it to the court system, and the court will give you the go ahead. Yes, with all these different things you put together, I think it's warrant us to go seize that car. They give you paper. So when you're seizing this car, they show that paper to the owner of the car. Say, hey, this is from the court. You know? But if they gave the law to them, then I don't think it will sound right. Then every group they put together, they have their own right to do whatever they feel like. I don't think it's. Then where is the judicial system, the judiciary system we have in the country?
It is left with the person whose property or properties are seized or impounded for them to go to the law. But
Definitely the person will go to the law because they already seized his property. He will go to the law. But before you seize this man's property, who gave you the authority? Which judge gave you the paperwork to come and seize his property? That's what we're talking about here.
the president gave an order, established an agency, and he said he want for the agency to do.
That's not agency, just a team that they just set up.
Well, that's agency, whatever they call them. It is something that they put together to do that thing. I mean, one of those things that they're supposed to do is what they're doing. Now, if the president did not give them that, well, they should get court order before impounding car or doing so. Then the people whose properties are being impounded, they are to go to court. But the mandate they gave them is
the police, when they go into bust a drug place, the police don't just get up to go and bust anybody home because he's selling drugs.
Well, the mandate that they will give that particular person that is doing the drug busting or whatever they're doing it, they already have their mandate how to do it.
No. Even if you
Well,
have
so what I thought was
let me just say that, please. Before no matter what mandate they give them, if they suspect a place that is selling drugs, they have to have a court warrant before they bust that place. They don't just get up because they gave them that mandate to do it. The mandate come from the court. That's their duty to go around and search those who selling drugs to bust them. But the order come from the court. You can't take the court. Anytime you bust somebody without a court order, that person can win that case against that police officers or whoever came and bust you. They can win that case because you have no warrants for that particular search. It's not right.
Of course, it is not right, but they're doing it.
Well, then Liberia is have their own law. And if they do that, the government will take the losses because definitely many people know the law more than the person they put in charge of this thing.
But this is the
You know,
whole thing. If they go through, like for example, the government of Liberia been losing cases, uh, so now they go through to the ECOWAS case, and they will lose the case, and they don't pay for the damage that they have caused. Then they would leave it with our government, so they would leave that thing for the next government. For example, when the government of I mean when the former first lady took the government to court, I think the court started on early administration, uh, and then of course the lady won the case, uh, but then they did not pay Madam Doe, Nancy Doe, or whatever they supposed to pay her. Then when we are came, they expected for President we had to pay it because government is continuity, and President we also has some other stuff to do, so he did not pay, and they expecting for this government to pay. So what I'm saying here is government, even if the government loses the case, they don't pay anyway. So then what will people do?
the government, the people will do something. This is an internal affair. It's not external. The Equal Court is an external thing you're talking about. This is an internal things happening. You are doing it to your own citizen. They're not going to just sit and they know the law just like the law you're applying to them. And if the man bought the car, the man has right to buy the car because even in this country, government cars can be auctioned.
Mhm.
At certain time, they use them. The police old car, you can see it when you go to car lot, you can see it there. They can sometimes auction them. They will have a public auction. We go there, you want to buy it, you buy it. Many, because government use car recklessly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, they get the people, they turn the car to them. You know their country now. You know, it's not like Africa, we have to buy them all the time, but they own this, they give it to them. Or even if they buying it, they buy a bulk of it. But they use it certain time, and then for most of them, they don't even repair them. Soon they see fall, they pack it. After 2, 3 years, occupying the space, they auction it. So anybody can buy government cars. It's the same thing with Liberia. If he can buy it. If the government, what do you call this? I even heard that car is a very old car. That car is a 2016 car. You know, it's not just car like that. When the president went to the tour, country tour, they used that car, and that car was parked. It was not moving. So since he was assigned to it, they gave him the leverage to fix it and buy it. So how can he own it? So now, before you know, you go and impound it, you should go to court and find out. And if you find out, this is the reason why they put you in charge. They didn't just put you in charge to, like any police, would just walk to anybody in the street and just arrest you because you are a suspect. They can't do that. If something happens somewhere, you're walking by yourself, nobody point to you, nobody say that they just walk to you, say we're going to arrest you. You can't do that. I think they're going about it a little bit different. If you get the power to do something, there's a limitation to the power, to the authority you have. And that's why we have the court system in the country. The police can just arrest you and send you to jail. They only detain you until you see a court, a judge. That judge, the one that can send you to jail. But the police only need to arrest you and bring you to court. That's his responsibility to do that. But he can't take you straight from the street to post target. You can't do that. That's not his jurisdiction to do that. Then he will be misusing his power. It's the same thing with these people. You can't just get up. So that means they can even come to your house and just take your property. Is that what they're trying to tell us? If they suspect you bought this thing with government fund, they need to bring it to the attention to a particular judge. The judge say, okay, I see all the evidence, this blah blah, yes, this money business. They give you a paperwork warrant. Go bring that car. Go seize it. Then you even bring the man himself to come and answer to the charges leveraged to him. That's how the system works. And I believe that's how it works in Liberia too. Where he gave these people, so they go into the money they gave, they just, the woman just bought his house. Omer Boaka, he just bought a new house soon before he got into power. In the Rama International Highway. Are they going to ask him they're going to seize it? Hey, guy, are they going to seize it?
The way
he was broke. He ain't get no money. He was living on loan. Where he got hundreds of thousands out to get buy a decent house like that from Moda. What the guy name? Ali Moda.
Wow, I know exactly then where he bought it.
Yeah, but that's Ali Moda property. He bought it from him. The commerce minister, right? I don't know if you guys know about that, but that's his property. Where he got that money from? Can he give the Liberian people account on where he got that money from? So we want to just seize it. So why, Hagar, you're about to say something?
The only thing is, the way these guys are going about this is becoming scary. And I always told people, I say, the conduct of this government is making me to think somehow. And I just hope that, let me say this, the peace of this country will and can only be maintained now by the opposition and not the government. Because from all indications, the government has proven to be irresponsible and have proven to lose control of the entire country and the governance system of this country. Because the little things that the government should know and officials of government should know and understand, I don't know whether they don't know it or they allow hate and envy to oversee their knowledge and wisdom that they're supposed to have. Because you cannot be going after people when you know there are laws that should be used. Like what you said, if, for example, if Hagar in his place maybe is suspected of having something in his home that either is illegal or does not belong to him, the right thing that should be done is through the court system. You go to the court, carry the complaint to the court will issue search and seizure, a warrant of search and seizure. So if you get that warrant from the court, you are now empowered. That's where you can hear say court officers backed by armed police will now
you're saying the right thing. The moment they come to your house, they bust your door or they seize your property, the first thing they would show you is that paperwork.
The court warrant.
Court order. All right. That's where, because you two, that's the first thing you're going to ask them. Where is the warrant or the court order that they gave you, order that to come and bust my door? If you don't show that paperwork, believe me, that person, even if they got million drugs in that house, they can win that case.
So the thing is, like I was saying, right? So once you go over there, now you can use that to back every action that you will take. And then this is it. Patrick Sudu, who served as police inspector general, is telling you that he bought the vehicle from the GSA, the arm of government that is responsible to take care of government properties. Patrick is telling you that he bought the vehicle from the GSA. So Patrick is now one little known individual in this country that will tarnish his reputation just for a car. So Patrick presented documents that prove that he bought the car. If you are not satisfied, the right thing that you should do is to move toward the court. Move toward the court. The thing is, the people just understanding the whole asset recovery and property retrieval. They understanding it from their left arm. They are not understanding it from their heads, because the head they use to go to school and learn and put something in their action is proven to be empty. Their score probably is just empty.
A big problem is people bring in.
And that's why I can tell people, I say there is a difference. There is a difference between education and civilization. If you are civilized, there are things that you will do that let's say that you will not do, that even an educated person will do it. Even when it's not right, the educated person will do it, but you civilized, you will get to understand that is wrong. So you cannot be going to take or seize. Look at the embarrassment you cause for the public. Look at the embarrassment you can cause for people. So Patrick, even though he told you that he bought the car from the GSA, instead of you now going back to conduct your investigation and maybe use the legal process, if you go to GSA and GSA say, no, this is that, let's say the way the guy saying that force and everything, then you know the next course of action to take. But you just say the man that saying bought the car, he said, no, park the car right here. That action is irresponsible. That action is
Hagar, we are not in a junta government. The junta government.
Even countries that are living in a junta government are better now more than Liberia.
You know, the president is not above the law, and the president cannot just tell anyone to go arrest somebody. They have to. That's why we have three branches of the government. The president have to respect all three of these government branches. All right, his branch is the executive. All right, so and when it comes to all of these kind of order, whether it's an executive order, he giving what executive order? What's the number, Solomon? What's the number of that executive order?
I know that the man said you should play the executive order with no dividend. I know that is
126, but he should know for that.
I think it's 128 something.
Yeah, but still, they need to go through the job, because everything they're doing here, it will boil down to the judiciary division. The court have to come through, and if they go wrong, the person they're going to run on, the person got to go to court. So they can't eliminate the court system from in this decision making. They can. And first of all, you know very well the GR, the former GR. He's not an ordinary person. Before it's like a witch hunt, you know, because they know that car. They know that the car was supposed to be a government car, but they didn't go and do a background search to see whether this car, even though it was a government car, but how can this man still retain it? They didn't do that background. They just saw it from the surface that it's a government car, so we're going to get it. You know, which is that wrong? Then they went again, the lady business cars in the street, they went and impounded all of it. You see, and you know, business people, you might think as long as you have a good credit, you don't have to go and pay cash down for everything you're paying for. Okay, you don't have to. They just want to know you have a good credit. There are people in our government, the position they're in, they can go to the bank and get any amount of money they want. Any amount of money. Like the legislatures. They can go to the bank and get anything because what? The position they are in. Like some of the executive, the Supreme Court judges, these people walk to the bank, they say they want $100,000. Their job is a collateral for that. Like if you want 10 cars, a Lebanese man selling cars, so he says, I want 10 cars, I want to make them taxi. The Lebanese man put everything together, it come to $500,000. All right. All he need from you, give a deposit. Give a deposit. And if you are standing good credit, you have a good credit, or you're in a very good position in the government, they can depend on that and give you those cars. And they set up a payment for you. Even in this country, as Solomon, he'll tell you, most of these expensive cars.
But even the president now, when he was all the time he spent sitting why he told you that he was living alone, how he was getting the loan?
Exactly.
He know.
Okay. Even in this country, as anyone that live in this country, most of the cars, especially when it's a brand new car, nobody in it, most of us, 99% of we, the Liberians that live here, as long we buy 1 or 2 years, 3 years old car, from 1 year to 3 years old car, most of it is on credit. Most of it is on credit. You go and put a little bit of money on it, all depend on your credit. Most of us, we don't have good credit. Since if you have a little bit of good credit, the bank will tell you, or the dealer man, the salesman will tell you, hey, your credit is a little bit shaky. But if you have somebody to come and sign for you, okay, like I can bring Solomon, and Solomon credit is good, I can bring him to sign for me. All right, so they will use Solomon credit. Most of us, how we live in here. Then you go in plan, especially business. As long as you pay your mortgage or your loan or how they call it, car something. I've been a while. I have not paid car note. Car note. All right. As long as you pay your car note, you got no problem. Some people, they give them 5 years. Some people, they give them 3 years, or depend how much money you're going to owe. Brand new car, they give you 5 to 6 years to finish paying. You know? But they need to at least investigate behind the scene. You can't go disgrace the man in the public like that. That's a witch hunt. You need to investigate before you take the car. You don't. That's a witch hunt. And they're doing this because they want to show to the Liberian people that they know better than all of us. And when they were there before, they didn't do nothing. Why not? What they're trying to prove to us now? Let it go. The house the old man just bought is questionable. Where he got that money from? The money he gave in his name and his wife to the disaster.
Nice house though. Nice house. Very nice.
This is nice. A nice place, man. But is it person? Nice. You're making it about to go to a play.
I didn't understand what you're saying.
I said the house is very beautiful.
Nice.
Okay, that particular house, he left his house right here in where you were living, or where you got the place up.
Rehab.
You won't go to a new house.
He gone back to rehab.
In rehab.
They made that his house, that his traditional house.
The house that on the alley, what was the lay park? That house on the alley that I play in Silly.
The money he gave, he went and contributed to Bon County when that disaster took place. That tank explosion that took place. The money he went and gave on his own behalf. Where he got that money from? Now, when you get ask for that money, they say you get stupid. And now we know that you get stupid, but he was not stupid back then. So people, I beg you, man, they are not going about this assets recovery the right way.
Or what
A policeman can never, even the DEA in Liberia, they can never just walk straight to your house and bust your house, except you don't know the law. Believe me, if you know the law, they ensure you no warrant from any courthouse, you can sue them for coming in your house. And I know the law is all over the same because this is a universal law. It's not only because in America and Liberia law based on an American law. All right. The only difference is that our traditional law in the villages is a little bit flexible. We know that, but it's a witch hunt. They need to put their act together and do the job right. Back to you guys.
I think what Hagar can do for us is that whatever the mandate from the president, or the executive order from the president, what is it that what does it say? Because if what they are doing is what um, is that that is a mandate given them, then the only thing that can be done here is that, again, as I said, those whose properties have been seized, they can go to court. That the government wrongfully seized their properties. They want their properties back, or they can sue the government for the property and also for defamation of character or whatsoever. That can be done. But again, I don't know. Uh, what I heard from the president was that they should do it without fear. And I heard that from the president, do it without fear when you are doing your whatever recovery, something that they're doing. So I want to see the detail of that mandate to that particular agency or a group of people
So
that
you're
are doing
right.
the recovery
You're right
thing.
what you're saying. I hope we all can see it. But the president is not above the law. The president can give you an order, but it's also the court system because anything goes wrong, we the taxpayer will feel it. If they sue the government, they say, "Oh, the presidency won't do anything, won't do." Then they do the wrong thing. They sue them millions of dollars. We are the one who feel the pain because
Look at
our tax money they will pay to settle that case.
I understand that. That's what I'm saying. Looking at the mandate, for example, President Weah, before leaving, he gave an executive order about not taking the raw material of rubber and things like that out of the country. But those people are to either bring manufacturer to manufacture those things in a country. And that was a mandate that the president gave. Um, Now it is left with if this other president going to undo it. But if he's not going to undo that, then of course no Firestone cannot take any raw material out of the country. Uh, no BF Gurish or LAC, they cannot do that because it's an executive order that
But
been
that
given.
executive order is a bit different from harassing your citizen in the country. That's
But
different.
I understand that,
Executive order based on what? That's what you look at. That executive order is in the interest of the country.
but
All
this
right.
other executive
The
order,
raw material they're taking outside and the others are not benefiting. That's different from you just going to seize people assets and you feel it's government money.
but there are other people that stole government money and they have government property. So if the new government is saying, look, we want to we want to check whether these vehicles that you guys have, it is still government, or if it is not government, so we're going to impound the car. Then you got to prove to
Now,
us.
not even other people, even the president.
Yeah, but
He just did. He just gave the certain lawmakers 4,500 check. Where that money came from? All of these things, stealing, embezzlement.
but the point here is that any government can choose to do whatever they're doing. President we did not choose to even audit the then Bouaka Elling administration. President we did not choose to remove all the tenure people that are holding tenure positions. He did not
He
choose
made
to
an
do it.
attempt. He made an attempt to remove them, but the court systems backed those people. And it happened. The tenure system that came about the Unity Party days when the president Weah came, he made attempts to remove some of them. The court system said no, and he left it alone.
Yeah, so if somebody stole property from the Liberian people, it is left with the government to confiscate those properties. And if there is some sort of proof that, well, this is my personal property, I bought this from the government, then you will bring a document proving that you bought these properties from the government. If you are not able to do that, then of course the mandate from the current government that is stating for people to seize government property without fear, then they should do that. That is the mandate they gave them.
You're right. If they give me the mandate to seize government property, I come to you, your house you're living in. I suspect it's the government property. I can't just walk to you and drag you out of the house. I can't do that. I would investigate and bring that investigation to the court system, the courthouse. I say, hey, this is one of the government houses this man living in. I put all the proof on the desk of the judge. The judge see it and he will give me the go ahead, say, y'all go bring that man and seize, lock that door. That's how it's supposed to work.
Well, the thing is that sometimes we look at it and say, well, this is how it's supposed to work, but we don't know what is the constitutional mandate for that. We don't know whether the constitution gave right to that. For example, the tenure position stuff. It was
No,
brought
we're
to our
talking about seizing the people
but
things.
that's the same thing we're talking about. So if the president is giving a mandate that you need to recover government's property, that is a mandate they gave. So anywhere they see government property, now that that particular government property, it has different license plate because the person that was actually operating that vehicle is no longer in government. So they see different plates there. So it is a
That's why they
responsibility.
go to the court. The suspect is a
No,
government property. They got all
it
the,
is a
they got all the,
responsibility. It
they,
is a responsibility.
yeah, go ahead.
It is a responsibility for the government to seize the property, and then the person's property that was seized. If you say no, I bought this property, even if the person who is seizing the property, if you tell them no, this is my personal property, I bought it from the government, and they don't believe it, and they seize property, it is your responsibility to go to the court. The court is not going to
That
come to
one,
give you.
forget about the man. Forget about the man who going to court. The man is seized. He definitely going to court because they seize his property, and he's not going to fight to go like the way they did it to him because they are in the wrong. They are supposed to go to the court. Let the court give them the paperwork. Now, if this man go to court and sue them, and he win that case, he present his paperwork, the people for him, he can sue them again for how you call it, for
Yeah,
making for seizing his thing self. He can do that, and he win that case. That money they take it to settle that case with is our money. So to stop all of this to get to not from being happening, go to the court. If you suspect, I suspect that the car you're driving is a government vehicle, and you using it unlawfully, and I have all the proof that this, because that's background investigation there now. I'm going to the courthouse. They would study it and look at it. If you go to that channel, then you now, that's where now you at least clean your area. You can go seize the car. No matter where you see the car, you seize it because you have a court order. But if they're giving everybody go ahead, every Tom and Jerry, they give them the go ahead to go. If the police have, let's just give it to the police. If the police have the authority to just see anybody and you just arrest them because they are police, you know the chaos that will be in the country. You know, like for instance, when Giuliani became mayor in this New York City, and they were just arresting people. You know how much money the city lost? Do you know how much money? That's because of that. Giuliani, the Giuliani things were very bad on Giuliani. I mean, we got to go by law. The president is not above the law. And the men who know the law, let's say they do it to me and I know the law, I can go and take them to court and I'll win the case. The guy was driving in New York City here. I think you heard that case a couple of years back. He had enough cocaine in the back of his trunk. For some reason, the police stopped him for a minor issue. The police stopped him. The police asked him for a paperwork, everything. The police say, oh, you smell like you're coming from drinking. The man say, I'm not drinking. I'm from drinking. He said, the man will get out of the car. The man got out of the car. They doing one thing or another. He said, he wants to search the man's car. He asked the man, can I search your car? He said, the man said, no. He forcibly searched the man's car, opened the trunk, and they found the cocaine. They arrested the man. The man beat the case. Millions of cocaine were in the back of the trunk. They still didn't arrest. I mean, they didn't jail the man. They free him because the police didn't have any right to search his car. Right here in your own state, in the city, I think you heard about that case. It happened in Manhattan. A president is above the law. Even if you get an executive order, you have to go through the court. This is where now your experience come in. Because if you don't take time, the state will take the losses because you might do the wrong thing and the person sue you. Whatever money you settle in that case with is our money now. That's the citizen money. It's not your pocket money. Because it's not the person not going to sue you personally, they're going to sue the government. Like I heard they say if they're going to sue the government $2 million for stopping her business moving. All the time those cars being impounded, that's money the woman losing. These people want to show they know better than the previous government. This is what put in there in this trouble. It's a IG, former IG, do your background investigation on the car. You have all right to do it before you bring disgrace to him. Now the whole world know that the man driving the government car. The whole world know that. That's what we know now. That's why we're discussing it. Every platform tomorrow, that's what they're going to be discussing. Now, when they find out it's wrong, who going to take the blame? That Omar Bwaka is going to take the blame? He said he's been living on loan. Anyway, that Liberia. But this day, they want to show they know. You will see many people going to get up now and start challenging them. What they know that they don't know. That's what's going to happen now in the country. And they're going to bring a lot of hard feeling. They need to go back and put their act together and go through the court system. If they suspect me that I have a government property, they go through the court system. They present all the evidence to the courthouse, to the judge. The judge will give them the go ahead and say, hey, y'all go bring that man and the property, if the property can come. I mean, it's still simple. You know this country, the police will never, the detective will never come to get you if they don't go through the court order. All right. That's what the judiciary system is there. That branch is there for that. You give them their respect. But probably it works different when it comes to executive order, just like what you see. Probably when it comes to executive order, they can bypass the judiciary system and just go about the order the president gives them. Probably that's what it is. But you see, the thing that will happen if they go through they go through it without no court system involved. Why a policeman will not just arrest you and take you to jail? Because you have no right to do so. He can't do that. He's not the courthouse. He's just enforcing the law. He arrests you, detain you, and charge you and take the charges with you in the courthouse. And then leave it right there. He go by his business. He ain't got nothing to do with you again. Even if he see you outside tomorrow, he ain't got nothing to do. His job is finished. So let's take some call and see what our people think about all this episode have been going on today in around Monrovia. Let's hear from them. Yeah, we can take call up to 8:30 and see how best we can discuss it again.
Zero 776 104 104 086 500 104. The numbers you can call us on. Continue to play the Freedom Cash giveaway. I'm here. It's after 12:14. And play, and I will ensure you can win 2,500 now. The winning bonus have dropped to 2,005. Hello.
Hello, I'm Kelly Jews. I'm calling from Ghana. To the invitation in my level.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's so sad. So yeah, to show that the agreement and call to be giving stuff. First of all, anybody who will be future government should know that in government go back bureaucracy and give GSC. If you know you want to government property, get into your background institution. But it's too bad. That one people back.
Wow, let me pick this call. The network is bad. Hello.
Hey, Higa.
What's up? You live?
Yeah, thank you for having me. Brother Tony, how are you?
I'm
Yeah,
fine.
my name is Boy Solo, and I call you from New York. My brother, let me say something to you right now. You know, it's so laughable. On roll calling, seeing another person and calling them roll. So, oh, the man, what do I mean? United Party officials, 12 years ago, when they were leaving power, they were hiding cars in the bushes, right?
Mm.
They were taking all cars and tires and parking it in Karachi, covering it with tarpaulin, covering it with different stuff. And they didn't even make a turn to turn the car in like what the government did. Now they're coming back to say they're stealing people. But you remember now, you guys brought the same policy that the people doing it. You guys brought it up. You bought vehicle from the same GSA that when you were there 12 years ago. And your own, it used to be brand new car. Car 2 years, they'll buy it and say for you. Now today, the other people decide to do the same by buying those vehicles. You come back to them and say that government property. But let me tell you today, my brother, those guys have no plan for Liberia. They were there 12 years. They didn't build anything for themselves. So the envy and the jealous, they are after their friends that were able to stay for 6 years and do something better with the money. But let them get into the back of their mind. Nobody is afraid of them. They should know that no one is afraid of them. And anything they want, the way they want it, they're going to get it the way they want it.
Okay.
We're not afraid. We believe in the rule of law. That's why we asked all our officials to turn the car in, and they did turn the car on. Anyone that purchase for themselves, they should start harassing those people, or else they're going to meet up with the tension that they want to meet.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me pick Joseph calling from the US. Joseph, what's up? Go ahead, you live.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate, man. You know, the Pape is not serious, so he just got a bunch of unserious people that he brought on board there to just disturb or destabilize the country. You know, that's what they're all for. Where in hell you would just go sit down in a place and start arresting people for property and things. You know, this is a country of law, not of men. If you know that all people talk something, you go to the court, and then they give you order. And then you can go and get those stuff. You don't just go in the street and start taking people things. That's crazy. That's insane. Those are the kind of jungle justice thing that try to bring in our country and say, hey, you know, the guy experience. What kind of experience is that? We in the United States, we all here sat down and saw Donald Trump after he did all the crazy thing and inflated some stuff on his property and thing. Did the AG just go and start taking things and start selling it? And then how the rule of law work, man. Those guys are just a bunch of criminals in our play trying to, destabilize the country and bring a lot of things to our people.
Okay.
You got no experience, just claim because you've been in government, so you got experience to settle situation. This is not how you do it. That's jungle justice.
Thank you.
It's not fair.
Thank you.
That's criminal in nature.
Thank you. Let me pick this person from the local line. Hello.
Hello, Eka.
You're live on the radio. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Ishmael Sayo. Commonly known as White Left, and then I put Joseph Water feet on fire.
Go ahead, my
Yeah,
brother.
Eka. When it comes to the asset recovery team, this country it belongs to everybody. There is never asset recovery team that we're looking at in this country. Other people saying, yes, they come with witch hunt. These people need to be careful. The reason they attacking other people physical on the street, the Finabuno, the same loan that Joseph Parker been living on. It's the same loan that Finabuno took and bought a car. And today they are going after her physical, taking it from her. These people need to be careful because Liberia belongs to every one of us. Certain group of people shouldn't feel that they are in power today, they can want other people. Since here is very, very short. When they keep doing their thing, seriously, we the citizens of this country will go against them where their unfair vehicle that they can carry to work. It will never move on the president's streets of Liberia. So it's a caveat and warning to them. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so kindly. This caller. Hello.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm okay. Your name is from where you join us?
Yeah, calling from Johnsonville this evening. Let me say good evening to you and people listening in the workforce in the United States of America. Asset recovery team is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all, but it should be done properly.
You're right.
The old man said, before effect changing that, you should have an author from the board. Now we have two separate branches of government coordinating. Why one go wrong, one can make the other one. That's the reason on the street and that's something people. First and foremost, you should do that in a proper manner. Inviting people, have record to the CSA, have record of government people, and not be returned that cannot be accounted for. You have the record, and you call those people who the people were assigned to. That's all. So we have suspicion of the call them, investigate them at the office. Later on, you move it at the court. You the government accused today, you have some level of willing to prove them wrong. You understand? When you go on the street, you begin to invite, it will cause chaos. The way it's proceeding will cause chaos. Because it's not being done the proper way. You have a man who says it's about it up. You have other people who are not even in the country, they say they are researchers. Some of them, when they say they are UL, do they have a surgery Mozzarella? You know, you can got the money at school, they are surgery. You say, I'm not something, one month in calling. They have a surgery in Mozzarella who are not working. I mean, the asset recovery team, the way they are proceeding, they are up for chaos. Because they're not doing it the proper way. And then they can do it the proper way. They are bringing the country to north. President Walker has been a target for Liberia. You saw the CPP issue. Even when you go to the city as the chairman, the CPP broke down on everything. You want to break down Liberia, we said no to this. You have to stop. I hope the legislature can actually allow money to that committee. It's a committee, and only a brother saying it's just a no. It's just that formulated too long by the legislature. That group was not formulated by the legislature. It's a committee. So that's my thought about that.
Thank you so kindly. Thank you. Let's pick this one. Hello.
Good evening.
You're live on the radio. Go ahead.
We call the people. They lie here. People coming to come. What shall we do to them? They tell me attaching about should be a driving. Successor with the care. You saw Kobo. You saw Catholic. That girl is a protected woman. Yeah? This is why Rose Baker called for balance. Well, the time for a Saturday, they were there 2 years. What are you doing? I want money. Why didn't they why did they were carrying the Halifax, excuse me. They were giving young small kid and gas, buying cars for them. They kept working hard for money. Very good. The president, the former president, that my president for life, so money we are. He said it that see that so put anyway, he have money. They kept no money, they were sending poor. Oh, currency, the talking gas to the Virginia. How she went to you? So the Raji. Let I come from. I come from. The come from my guy. And a hard living. I was there to a year. Why are dead? For us, you are living one child, living all kind of places. That's your money. You have to need the people I do. So we are here. Now, your wife is to whatever you have to rescue. We are coming rescue. We are rescue. We take pay. They are lucky that we are much on now. We are getting the sugar to rescue many of us.
Okay. Thank you, man. Thank you. Let's pick this one. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
You live. Go ahead. Walk away from your radio.
Yeah, I come here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the Kwame Daniel calling.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, the thing that Joseph Baga doing, Joseph Baga in the glass hole. For all, we're not in a glass hole. Check the former Aji make it today. Because we were going there for real reinforcement. But the Aji call on and post up to us. And also, then everything I have in the country. So Joseph Baga, he don't want peace. We're not giving him peace. We just want for him, we just step on the assassinate day. Or he just step in a center here, but he not step on a day. But we ready for it. We're not scared of nothing airfare or polio. We're not scared of anybody. We'll be moving on there. We prepare for them for day and night. We prepare. Don't ever Joseph Baga. When you don't want peace, we're not getting peace. We are not in a ground here. When anything is for do not say that person we have to do it. They will say that Joseph Baga do it. We not get that. So long Joseph Baga one form was spoiled, the country was spoiled.
Okay.
You are the gender there. You also be doing a comment for feature them advance. That thing what they did today, they must be with their first and their last.
Okay.
And also,
Thank you, my brother. Let me pick this one from the side. Hello.
Yeah, I'm calling from Private Town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The government, if you look at the government, they don't have no connection. So they are looking for problem all around. They are street seller, they are traffic driver, they are motorway rider, they are ticket driver. They don't have no contact. Since the government get power, we have never heard any country say follow to Liberia. They are not taking all the things. Liberia is different. They are not taking all the things. Or you go get Finapono. Who doesn't know the history of Finapono? How she struggle in the country. So the government don't want this. So we need to put it down the street. We're going to lose already.
Okay.
That nigga we need to lose.
Okay. Thank you, my brother. Let me pick LEP. Ellie, what's up?
How you coming out?
Yo, go mind.
What's up, Eddie P? How you doing?
I guess you already.
Go ahead, my brother.
What's up?
All right, Eddie P.
Let me see what's up.
Eddie P, I want to send you $10 so you can play
What's
the
up?
game we play here.
Yeah, send me it today.
But just send me the money. I will send it. I will send it. Maybe 4K. Send the 10 out of me. Then me automatically play.
Yeah.
I know you prepare my document before now today fast more you must send for me, man.
Don't worry.
You don't know where we still right.
No, man, he kidding me.
We still right, Andy, my man.
Man, he kidding me, Higa. I'm taking you, Higa. Man, I'm saying, people out there today, if somebody comes to the presidency, if you don't prepare, that's what you expect. No. President need to be set on Martin Corridor. You cannot just go to sleep, live in a puno, and then bank can get her loan or position you go. Yeah, this typical example.
most of the things that you can see Sir Joseph is doing, they're not loan they take it for the bank. That loan. What would take you just call 1 or 2 persons and just get information? Look at how you embarrass yourself today. But let me tell you something. If their particular case today, they will show President of Martin Collins that you don't just go to somebody and just go take their property. If they got clear as a lawyer, that one today, if people tell you say the educated people full of bro, those are some of the people they refer to people that are Martin Collins. To be honest with you, you are a lawyer. How you can be able to no investigation, then you say you're a professional lawyer, your property you get it today. How you get a property? We must start judging you. But you see today, that big honor for some of us, we get nowhere to go. We get our joy here, we do our real hustle. But they can get very tell you what you want to show to the lab, you want to do the lab that you work in. Instead of for you to focus on the thing that going, the thing that going up to the gap where the rest issue, you all the people start say you increase. Instead of for you to focus on it, you're not focusing on it. Then you get one person that get Blamado degree fully on.
Okay.
You stop the thing.
Okay, my brother.
Your person that get one Blamado degree in fully on, you stop.
Okay.
Just stop it. Tony, thank you for the opportunity. Man, hey, guys, you call me Melatowa.
All right, my brother. I will call you. I'll call you after. Hello.
Good morning, Hagar. Good morning to Hashim. There in the States and to all peaceful Liberians who are in tune at this time.
You live on the radio, God.
Thank you for the recognition. You know, I am listening intently to the discussion and I find it constraining to call. You know, let me say for the record, the constitution of the presidential or asset recovery team is not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad thing, but they should do it in a way that it will not be seen as witch hunting. Mm-hmm. In the first place, the entire makeup of the asset recovery team is characterized by people who are hurting, people who are bitter, people who are having integrity issues. And those kinds of people cannot be given the chance or the space to go after others who it is perceived are in possession of ill-gotten wealth or government properties. What happened today was very, very much unfortunate. Mm-hmm. And like Hashim put it, you know, I'm a lover of currency. The agents, the FBI, whosoever, they are very meticulous when it comes to such a seizure or even arrest. They must have every information at their in their hands that will prove that a person is culpable or deserves to be arrested or searched before they can search persons. They don't just go and start collecting people's property without getting court warrant. Even if it was a presidential, how you call it, or how you call it, recovery team, that team deserves to be caught with extra judicial powers. And where does that come from? The legislature. So if it was not done legally, then it is not done at all. Okay. It's to go after people and arresting or confiscating their equipment, their materials, their properties without any legal or instrument. I find it very disheartening.
Thank you.
And it's setting a wrong precedent that could live in this country for a very long time to come.
Okay.
Thank you for the time giving me.
Okay, guys. Okay. Let me pick this person. Hello.
Good morning, my friend and brother.
Good morning, Chief. You're live on the radio.
Thank you very much this morning. Salam alaikum to my Muslim brother.
Wa alaikum salam.
Brother, how are you? Hi, come on.
Thank God we still living.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is Chef Kumar calling from Wanjama. I'm constrained to call. Normally I follow you. I'm constrained to call tonight, right? Mm-hmm. But look at the conglomeration of the asset recovery team. Who are those? Those are angry and bitter and supporter of the Unity Party. Let's talk back. When we started the asset commission, who was here? I thought John
answer was that they did not, and he make it very clear. He was very clear on it. He said he did not receive support from the court. So, as much he can settle things, it should be legally supported by the court. Where in a kind of 21st century or civilized nation, somebody will just get onto the street and go and arrest somebody on the basis of political anger because it's not legally done. Let us be careful in this country, my friend and brother. Liberia, no one single individual Liberia is more better than the other Liberian. So my own advice I get for the woman, you work for over 45 years, you should have a vast experience in terms of governance. But my brother, if the fire the guys are setting in this country, my brother, when you're ready to catch, I'm sorry for us as a nation.
Okay.
And this is why for us as Liberians, we feel to understand.
Okay.
We don't let to think about the past.
Okay.
Where we came from and where we're heading as a Liberian. We need to be very careful.
Okay, man.
You can take one more call and send control back.
Thank you so kindly. You can continue to play the Freedom Cash giveaway. I'm giving out money. I'm going to be doing draw to call out winners right here. So just continue to play the cash giveaway. That star 799 hash. You enter 11 for Freedom FM and you stand a chance to win 2,500 here this morning on the program. Hello. You're live on the radio. Go ahead.
Thank you, this is a visual purpose. My name is Eddie Kai and I do join for District 12. Thank you very much for helping this evening. But, there's a CP that I said, right? Look, if you have people, in the country who will not use their own ears and their eyes to see something, for them be persuaded by other people who will be lying, then this is what, you get within the country. People elected an individual, who is a natural half, an individual created, president. Somebody who confessed to you that, the squander opportunities, and then you elected an individual who was doing well for you, paying a wild fees and other things. We rejected the man up because he said, some people reason was, minister were not giving them something. These are the reason. For the fact that you are getting some, development for the country. That's where we are. For 6 years, people, today you see people who are not able to handle situation today. They are able to handle their situation now. They came to rescue. They handle the situation by themselves. Was it the interest of people? It was their own interest. Just see people all on the street, see? For the genesis of the whole government. You see people dying. Yesterday, if it was people left on the ground. You were told that when this man take the presidency, there will be calamity. So, Veronica, thank you, man, for the discussion. But for 6 years, the question president, if you vote for this president, you don't vote, we always die. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, Tunis, just let me please call one of my winners here.
That's exactly what I was trying to tell you. I said take a break and call your winners.
Yeah, I want to call some of my winners here. So you can continue to play the Freedom Cash giveaway. You dial star 799 hash, you okay, and give it a chance to load. When you load, you stand a chance to win 2,500. I said when it's 12 o'clock, the amount will drop, and that is what has happened. Let me call this person 498. Your number is ending 498. I hope you're following. You've won for yourself 2,500. So yes, I hope you can just pick on the network. So star 799 hash is the code. Okay, give you a couple of chances to load, and when they load, you will find oh my god. When you load, you will find the options will appear, and amongst them is Freedom FM at 11. And once you select 11, you automatically enter the draw to win 2,500 Liberian dollars just by using 100 LD to play right here. Too many persons have already won on this edition.
The subscriber you're trying to reach is currently out of
No, I can't do this to me. So yes, that's why in our country. So now when you're calling out direct, you're not getting you're seeing or text because the country will find out saying, yeah, okay. They see no more out of coverage area, they see no more ringing. So you see what it is like. The country they just completely again our country and me all the people out there.
They call probably jam.
The people want me. Some of them, check it out. Some other people out Destiny Helper because of the GSM company. Them being. Okay, this person phone is just ringing. I hope you can pick up your call. It's after 12. I'm sure you just okay. So, yeah, too many pressing but tunings. When we close, I will do that. Yeah. So let's use our time. I'm going to continue to call them. Call them here on the show.
Thank you, Solo. You heard from the callers. They gave their view on this saga that going on from this access recovery team. What else you have to add to it? Because you already gave your thought, but what you got to add to it from the caller point of view and from your perspective?
Thank you very much. And I think we all saying the same thing. Where there is no rule of law or the leadership or the president does not want to follow rule of law, you will find these kind of things. That's what I said. That based on the order he gave them, because I heard him saying that they should do it without fear. But instead of saying they should go through the legal process of it, he didn't say that. Um, we all know that this president, from the onset, he is not capable to do the work for the Liberian people. Up to now, my county, Rambasa, because there are two people, two candidates, a female and a male. Other people say they want the female, other people say they want the male. And the president cannot make any decision to give Rambasa County the, the county officials that is supposed to have gotten. And we are still in that mess. And this is because the president is not in control. There is no rule of law, and he's not in control. And before coming to power, he said that he's going to party with the devil, or he's going to dance with the devil, or whatever, if the devil is going to make him win. So we know that all he wants to do is what will make him popular, but he's not capable of doing the work. This is why we're going through what we're going through. And if the people take the government to court, as I said, if it is a country where the rule of law is effective, the government will pay a lot of money to people because of the way in which they're humiliating people and the way in which they are doing, actually going after people because of jealousy or hatred and things like that. You don't run government like that. So this is why we are going through what we are going through. That's why the people are saying it is good for government to recover properties that does not that is illegally taken by other people. The government can do that, especially if it is government property. But it got to be done the right way. And we don't have this government to be the one to do things the right way. Because the president from the beginning said you will party with the devil. And we know, and even in our Christian faith, the devil comes to kill, to steal, to destroy. And somebody who is going to be partying or having a party with such a person, that is his purpose. Then he also come to power to kill, to steal, to destroy, because that is the work of the devil. And President Baga said he would dance with the devil if the devil is going to make him win.
But that's not a good thing.
Of course, it is not. That's why they didn't support him.
We are not devilish people. We are godly people. You know, we are ruled by law and order in Liberia. And all I can tell my brothers and sisters in Liberia who are listening to our program, and you can share this to the other brothers and sisters. The hard time right now is too much. We are past hard time more than this. There's no hard time going to be like the war time, the Civil War time. So this is nothing compared to those days. Do not agree the Unity Party to push you against the war. And that's exactly what they want because they can't handle it, so they want to spoil it. Do not agree to spoil it for them. As long as they can do it, they themselves will confess. But the moment you move a little bit, then they want to get in there and spoil it. It happened in this country. Let me give you a scenario. This particular country, when George Bush II took over, when he won the election with Al Gore, they stole that election. He had a poor rating. That's the first time in America history a president, the date of the inauguration day, to walk on Pennsylvania Avenue. All presidents will march on that avenue. He is the only one that couldn't walk on that avenue on that day. They have to rush him back in his limo. They have to rush him because people were stoning him with eggs. They were throwing eggs at him. The entire crowd, they were throwing at him. They rushed him in there. And what did he do? Since he found out that this is a true story, or you may not believe it, but believe it. They put him, they rush him in his convoy. The car have to move very fast. The first time ever that happened in this country, that the president did not march on Pennsylvania Avenue. Because Pennsylvania Avenue is all of them march to go to the site where they do the inauguration. And after that inauguration, the biggest thing happened. That when the World Trade Center got exploded, bombed by those planes, okay, it was an inside job. So if you don't believe it, go on YouTube and look for a documentary called Loose Change. Loose Change, L-O-S-E, Change. They got part 1 and part 2. Look for that, and you will see what I'm saying. You will watch it. It's about 2. Each one of it is about 1 hour 45 minutes, 1 hour 45 minutes. It was out right after the 9/11, and it was made right in this country. Loose Change. Go look for it. I watch it so many times. I even to try to download it sometime. I was selling it out. Loose Change. They got the entire scenario in that tooth, and they got part 1 and they got part 2. I know most people now watch it anyway because it's about 20 years plus old now. That particular documentary. All
I
right.
have
So
not watched it.
the rating was very. You watch it?
No.
Okay, fine now.
I just
Look for it.
I want to know Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit came after. Fahrenheit 2, that's another one. If anybody can look for Fahrenheit on, that's a whole movie by itself. What the guy needs said.
Or Malcolm Moore, maybe.
So this we got like 13
I think
minutes.
Marcus
calls.
Moore.
We get close up on the
Yeah.
call-in segment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, 0776-104104-086-500-104. You're listening to Freedom 87.9. My name is Hagar Gunnar, the nighttime spin. Let's continue with a few calls up to 12 midnight, but you can continue to play the cash giveaway here. That's star 79 hash. You enter 11 for freedom. You stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollar. Hey, what's up?
Yeah,
You're live on the radio. This is Hagar Gunnar.
yeah, taking my name, Melvin Kabe, calling from here.
Go ahead, Melvin.
Yeah, but what you're discussing, the one is rescue Molofina Bono. You won't get to George William. That George William, that's the one. But George William is there. Before they appointed when he said, Martin Colley, on the Facebook, before he said, that George William calls the meet with an office. But when you get to Martin, so what thing is doing there, the judge is looking for George William. So that warrant, we're looking at that one. Anyway, ego. Then it comes. We sit there with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, my brother. All right. Hello.
Yeah.
What's up, boss?
But we tell you, we don't wait to that.
All right. I mean, wait. What would do? All right. Between now to 7:30 tomorrow, play. But we thought I don't want behind the scene. That's why I get behind the scene. Oh. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
What's up, boss? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You're live on the radio.
Yeah, I want to tell Bro Tony, Salamu alaikum, Bro Tony Ash in America.
Wa alaikum salam.
Hello, Bro Tony, getting me?
He responded.
Oh, okay. Assalamu alaikum in Ramadan special, this is Mohammed Sherry, Bro Tony. I call you again tonight to appeal to you. We are starting the 10th day Sunday for you to please help me with any little assistance so I can buy rest for my congregation for the month.
Jack coming behind the scene. Then
tell him to give me his number.
So take my number and send me and call me right after the show. 1 o'clock. Call me right after the show.
Okay, please give me your number, bro. Please.
07. I can't give my number here.
Can he just call you on the number?
0776.
Yeah.
Or let me get it. 0775.
Okay, 0775. Yeah.
444.
444. Yeah.
272. 0775. 444 272.
Okay.
Yeah, so just call me immediately after the show. Then I'll connect you with Tunisia. Now, now, what I know, so we're talking on the radio. Hello.
Tell him to say, give me his number.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up? Go ahead. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, boss.
Right, you guys can see what is unfolding in our country. This is surprising me. For President Walker, people have ran away that he has experience. He has the governmental know-how for over 42 years.
Mm-hmm.
He sits and allow all of these things to be happening. Knowing from where the country just come from, during the war, under Manasseris, that she used the very judge we have to maintain peace and tranquility in this country in the opposition. Use the same judge we have to go raise funds in America to bring money to our country to help us. This man turned around and gave them election 2011. He won election 2017. No event in this country, national event, ever defeated or to say grace the occasion. Most often it was President Weah and former President Ellis at those occasions. They showed to us that the government years reserves and meetings. They don't have anything good to do for this country. Look at when you get through the election. They know that if they never win, there will be no Nigeria. Nigeria is come to an end. We have looked at it, that's for you to see. We still not satisfied. The main win election, the main happen. The main creating problem for us every day. We got our kids around here. See what they did today in down there. Some of you guys were coming to go and started school with that kind of man. You know what's going to happen to us here today? Why we going to honor our family and honor that? Why would they only treat us like this? But I learned that it is the president, the former president who want to get us. That President Weah, they are trying to get us. And they should not even try it. They should stop it. Don't even have a fucking dream about that. Yeah, that means all the currency in this country here for the past 6 years. One day we allow anyone to disrespect the woman. And all what you do to him. So basically, your trial, your ability for them to hear is the honor for. Now look at 20 angry group of people who put them together that was a team. Georgia government for the past 6 years, penalty their asset, the recovery team. Why would you do that kind of thing? I think they say you have no governmental experience. What good advice will they bring to us?
Okay.
You're a minister of state. See what the minister of state about. Why we're talking about Sardinia team, so the question for America there, you could ask the
to give money to buy a car. Instead of go to pension money to withdraw money about a car. See the amount of money that meant to for that. That is investigation talking about it. All of these things is doing it within a short time. It's so going to look at the same way. Yeah, the shouldn't for any problem. They don't want to just do criminal act. They must do what they must do with themselves. They got the money they took, but in the elaboration, they can't do that kind of thing.
Okay.
All of these things is giant way.
Okay.
Thank you for the time.
Okay. So means we can stop here. We got 4 minutes. We can close then. Yeah. So yes, I'm getting more people who are playing the cash giveaway. And I don't want to use our studio time here to call them, but we'll call them when the show closes. So continue to play that *79 hash. You enter 11 for Freedom FM. You still have a chance to win 2,500 right here this morning on the Freedom Cash giveaway. Tunings, yes, what's up?
Solo, your partner comment.
Again, we want to say thank you to our callers, to our listeners, and also to Tonys and Hagar. Liberia is the only country that we have. Even those of us who are naturalized in other countries, if they put a place of birth, that is where you were born. So Liberia is very, very dear to us. And together, all of us, when we continue to talk the right thing for the betterment of Mama Liberia, we will get there. Those who are part of the Unity Party or supporter of the Unity Party, I am a part of the Unity Party. It would be good for us to desist from what will create chaos in the country and focus on the good that President Weah did and improve on the challenges that was left so that Mama Liberia will be improved for all Liberians. Thank you very much for listening to our program tonight.
Thank you, Solo. Thank you, callers. Like I was saying briefly, George Bush, when he won the elections, and his rating was very low because he stole the election from Al Gore. So his rating was very, very low.
My man, our electoral college, don't say the man story.
Well, before the electoral college, he stole California. I mean, how you call it, Florida.
We went to court. We won the case.
And that's court system now. But when they gave the Florida to Al Gore, that was the first time ever in this country that projection went wrong. When they gave it to him and they took it back and gave it to Bush. You know this. That's what took them to court. But they stole it from him because what happened, that was his, George Bush brother was the governor for the state. So that's what, but what I'm not worried about that. That's not the subject here. What I'm saying here, after that scenario, the George Bush rating was very low in this country. So the storm they put up was to get rid of, they did, how you call it, the World Trade Center. Right after that World Trade Center, George Bush became very popular now. He won't go fight Iraq. He won't go Afghanistan. If you are not with them, then you are against them. Every car in this country was carrying flag on them. So he really went up. That's what this man is doing, the old man doing to us. Since he came to power, it's 2 months, 3 months, we're going to nothing good has happened yet. People are so gas price going up, commodity going up, things are getting harder. So he wants to deviate our attention from there and bring chaos. So please, sedition, please, let's be patient. Let's do everything accordingly. They will get tired and they will start confessing among themselves. Please do not allow them to push us against a wall. We've done well. The last 6 years, our hand mark can tell what our leader did. We are not against them, but they should not try to make us go at them angrily. That's what they're looking for. Okay, they start killing themselves. They kill people in King George, I don't know how you call it, in Cape Mount. They went there, they beat the university student because they came out to protest. They killed a boy in Cornwall. All of these things, we're looking at it. Bribing legislatures, setting of them. We're looking at all of that. So where is the 100 days now? So I beg you, from our show here, we will not encourage you to go high on them. Please, you can argue the point, but do not go above it. Do not go to the point that you use your hand. Don't do it. And that's what they want us to do. Please. There's nowhere we can go with the kind of hard time in Liberia. So don't make it harder. The hard time will pass. It all depends how we will handle them. So thank you so much for listening to our show. This is your good friend Suleiman Hashim Tunis, myself here with my cousin Solomon, I'm a Congo cousin, then I'm my Baza Congo cousin. And our nephew Hager. Thank you for listening, and we pray that Mama Liberia will be a better place for all of us to live happily by the grace of God, by the grace of God, by the grace of God.
Yeah, so Tunis, what's I see you guys kind of Gus asking for a link, Gus.
Oh, let me look at my phone. He probably texted me, or I didn't see.
Oh, but
He called me. Oh, he called me 8:50. Hey, God, sorry, my phone.
Put it in a chat room. I would have seen it.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you. Because sometimes he called. Yeah, he called. Because I'm very sorry. I didn't see the call. I'm very, very sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure the topic is interesting. You really wanted to phone part. But we out of time now, Gus. You have to
call him and say he can pay for 1 hour. Probably because they're not the money.
Are you giving 2 minutes?
2 minutes? Why? Before the introduction finish, we'll be done with the 2 minutes. Let keep it for another day. I know he got interest. You want to talk
next Tuesday, we'll invite him. Yeah. Hager, thank you, man. You did well. I mean, next time, if you're not coming on, tell us 2 hours ahead of time or 1 hour.
The last time that I did not come on, it was due to the system here. They restarted all the computers and things, so all the emails and even the station's email got lost. So I would need the RT man to come back to reset them before. That's why I did not come on last week. But just
now, the thing you're sending now is not coming as the way it used to come.
Yeah,
it's not coming as a freelance. It's coming as Ibrahim. What his last name?
Well, probably that was how I selected it from here. That was my fault. Oh, okay. Gus is complaining that his time has changed.
Gus, I'm sorry. He texted me and he called me.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry.
He told you coming on 7 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what he told actually.
Just texted me.
You're listening to that now. You're listening to that now. LBS Director General. You're listening to me. Yeah.
I will campaign for you.
Is drawing the line between President George Weah and Joseph Boakai.
Senator George Mane Usman Segozi Weah, 100% full-blooded Liberian, born and raised, and Joseph Boakai, whose lineage is tied to Sierra Leone, from the questionable citizenship to his primary school. I want to draw the line between two of them. Line number 1. George Weah is a young, energetic, patriotic, and humble citizen of the Republic of Liberia. I said it. I said young, energetic, meaning he full of energy. Patriotic, you don't need to, what they call that. Humble. No record. Don't bother nobody. Even he had million, he will now use 10,000.
So that is it. Today, so okay. You like cheese. I like to listen to that. This is how I would like to call it a day onto this edition of the program. the nighttime spin. Until I'm back here, hopefully by God's willing, is on next Monday. Until then, you continue to pray for me while I pray for you, because now we are living in a very evil world. Who knows that what I one day I woke up, they ask a recovery to look at my food, they say for the government. Because yeah, man, so that is it. That is what we can do for today. So man, thank you for the time. I know, right?
Tomorrow I'll talk more about an ongoing revival that we're having in Buchanan at my church.
Oh, okay. That's nice. That's nice.
Tomorrow we'll talk about it. Maybe
okay, boss. All right.